Welcome back to Captain of Industry. My name is Nilaus, and as you can see, we have these little yellow trucks. We have yellow trucks everywhere. So, not gonna lie. Well, of course, why wouldn't I? Why would I? I have built a bit of time has passed, and as you can see, how much time has passed? Well, this used to be a mountain, and now we're sort of munching away at that mountain part. And what we have done now is we have replaced all of our vehicles with much fewer normal vehicles. You can see we're only using 11 normal vehicles out of 20. So we also have only the big ones here. That's really nice. Everything is really stable. We're just continuing to make some more vehicles here. There's one more of these, and let's see, do I have... Okay, so I just have two of these outside here. Eventually I want to just level this mountain so we can get some more production space out here. So that's something that's much more likely to happen once you have the next tier up. So let's talk a bit about what we're going to do today, because I know that a lot of people have been sort of mentioning, oh, but you should be doing, and this is the kind of thing with this kind of game or any kind of production game. There are a million things on the to-do list, and there's always a prioritization of what is the most important of the many things on the priority list. I wanted to focus on making the sour water first and then making the oil. Now that we feel we have a very stable oil production, that's nice. We have glass, we have steel, we have better vehicles. Everything is looking really nice. I think it's time for us to focus on our population. So we need to focus on this part. It's almost at the maximum, very close to the maximum. So what I actually want to do is I want to make a new level here, but I couldn't do that until I'd taken out the old oil. Oh no, you're lost. Sorry, little one. Go away. And I want to leave this empty. So once I build this, I also want to... We have the new things, such as a square with a column or a square in here. And I'm going to remove these two out here. So that's definitely going to be our plan. What we also want to do, since we are going to do a lot of design work today, then I want to make sure that we have better storage. That's not it. Better storage of our construction parts, because once we start working on construction parts, we will be using a lot of construction parts. So make sure that that is already going. We also want to make, what we want to make is we want to make a wheat farm up here, and we want to make some better processing of our food here. We'll keep these as they are, more or less. They'll be rotating potatoes, vegetables, and corn. I'll actually remove the last one because I have way excess of that. So we'll there. So they'll be doing this rotation, and that means vegetables just go in, potatoes and corn can be used to make animal feed. That will be our secondary. So first I'll stockpile and then I'll make animal feed, because I want to transfer the rest, all of the animal feed, into chicken farms. And chicken farms needs a lot, because we need to make sure. Right now we're just making, not chicken, we need animal feed. Here we're just throwing the animal feed into this part. So there's a few things we need to do. If you want chicken, then we have to go and buy them here. You can't buy them until we have reputation 2. So I'm gonna need to farm this up. This will be start loading for the ship. And what we also need to do is start working on building this, removing this. And since I want to use this space here, if we look at our sort of projected roads here, then this is the place that I want to make our chicken farm and our sort of processing of materials here, potatoes and corn. I'm not going to make it into snacks yet, because that requires oil and that requires soy farming, and it's just too much to put into one episode. So that is why what we then need to do is take this copper line and sort of merge it up next to here and bring it in. I think that's just making a lot more sense. So let me try to do all of these things as we get started here, and I'll just let you do. One of the other things that we want to do is, if we are going to make up here, I want to get this corner actually leveled out. So let's level this one out, and also, if we can, let's make this into, whoops, that is definitely not correct. I'll make it flat for the corner, and then I want to make it go up. Plus 10, plus 10. That's the one, I think. And if I flatten it here, yes. Right, so that will be a setup of what I have over at this location. I have a small setup here. This setup is not really doing much. What the purpose is that I want to have this dig out here. And once it's done with digging out that part, I will send them all over to dig out this part here so that I can get access to more trees, because I know that eventually the trees here will be running out, and then I need that. Good. So now I'll just be moving the copper line and moving a bit around with the shipyards as we are sending you out here for public crew and deliver cargo. There. All right, so this is now being restructured, and all of the copper is flowing the other way around, and that means more space here. We don't need that space right now, but what we need is working up here. We're also starting to send, if we look at our here, we're starting to send some miners up here so they can start working on it. What we need to do is go away from this build and build some, let's make it greenhouses, because here I want to, let's talk principles first. Yes, good old principles. Here is one of my core principles that may differ from other people. I do not like to mix things up. I don't like to have everything sort of dependent upon each other. That is not something I want. So for example, let's see, what is a good example? Well, you make some residual here and you make some animal, maybe you make some excess animal feed, and you can use that animal feed to feed some power that gives some steam, and you can use the steam to refine some water, and you can, I mean, that all of that process, like, I don't want to tie things together, because that means one thing fails and everything fails. So naturally I could make this into many different products, but I want to constrain this to be exclusively a single product. There. Up here, 8.3 for one, and then I'll have 2 of those. So that means this is just going to be wheat. I want to make sure that the wheat is always working, and I want to make sure that it is just producing bread, flour, and anything else is just going to be junk. That junk is being animal feed here. And I think that's a good core principle, specifically when it comes to power. You don't want to tie things together, sort of using this residual product to feed into this, and then so on and so forth, because things get really fragile that way. And that's kind of what I want to avoid. Now, what I want to do here is, let's look at some of the resources we have. We have first, if we get wheat out, wheat goes into a mill. Mill makes flour and a bit of animal feed as the residual. It's actually really surprisingly how little animal feed comes out of this. But that's still, we need to do with something. So what I need to do is, first I say anything that comes out must be prioritized towards the flour production. And what that means is I am going to take some kind of like this. And then I'll have the rest of it, the rest of the wheat will be producing flour. No, it'll be producing animal feed. So if it ever runs out, just produce animal feed. Animal feed is a product that we will always be using a lot of. And even if I produce too much of it, then I'll just put it into power. You are... Oh, right, you solved that part. Okay, then I think I'll have you do... Okay, I gotta keep on top of my coal production. That is always important. And the thing is, my coal deposit is kind of low here. So I need to have some people or some miners just working a bit ahead of the curve. So these over here are working on the coal, but the ones up here, they will be working on sort of clearing the way for more coal. Basically taking the top layer of dirt away and dumping it over here. And then the other ones will come afterwards. We'll still need to do some more stuff, and coal is it's not a problem, but it's something that's being used quite a lot. Okay, so once we have the flour, what are we going to do with that? Well, flour will go into 2 different locations. It will go into just a storage box. What? Oh, right, because that's a flat conveyor here. I think I need to flip that. That one, and needs to go into a box here, which will then be by the edge. So we have to make a bit of a compromise here and there. I need to go further back. Also, I need to have a storage, because this is not always coming out in the right ratios, or basically it comes out in bursts, and I want to make sure that I can handle those bursts. This is going to get water in from... No. This doesn't need water for the flower part. So don't indicate the water for me, please. I'll take that here. Can we make it? Is there room for it? It's kind of iffy, isn't it? There. Maybe something like this. And that will then go into the next process, which will be a baking unit. I think that's what's called a baking unit. Very specific thing. And that will definitely be flipped. And it'll be somewhere over here. That'll be the inputs, outputs. I'll do it like this. So what are we going to do? We are going to take flour goes out here. It goes into a box. Why do we put it into a box? Because I will need it later on for sausages much later. But let's make sure that we have it so that when we need it, we have it here. And that goes in and makes the bread. So bread will be the primary thing. And then I get water from this side. And if we look at our farms here, that goes in and that goes in. F to ignore that output. Now we need this part here. And I think we can build that. Oh, that's perfect. Nope. Inbound. It's only 2 per 60 seconds, so it's not much. But what we also need is to make sure that priority goes into the box. But if the box ever fills up, basically when the flour fills up, when the bread fills up, then it starts backlogging back here, and I don't want the farms to ever get stuck. So if I have that situation, then let's just throw the rest of it into a farm thingy here. And you'll be taking the rest of the wheat into animal feed. It's not something I expect to be happening very much, but it's just something that now I'm prepared for it. So what do we need on top of that? I need to get water in. We have a number of different ways to get water in, and I have a nice big water reservoir here, but I think I actually want to make some changes to this water reservoir because I have found a newfound joy in these here. And since I have on this island a lot of space, then I just don't think there's a reason why I wouldn't want to do something like this. I can always throw it away if I end up wanting to use the space for something more reasonable. But until then, hey, let's use that free rainwater for what we want. So I'm going to do a free rainwater into a big tank that will go feed primarily into the city and secondarily into here. It should be able to feed both. I'll still make some, basically all of this goes into a splitter. No, yeah, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I'll figure something out because I need to make sure that I can supplement this for anything we need. Yep, let's do that. I also really wanted to deal with wastewater here, but I'm not gonna have to. I can't do that this time around. That's just gonna be too much of a big project. And I would like to take you out. Can I do that? And then I'll just build one of these as well. And I'll take you out because I want to build another little square in the middle. I mean, that just seems very appropriate to build these city blocks. And you're building. We don't want to be in a position where we have... Are you building fast? Okay, we just got it. No worries. And I'll build some... Let's make a light square here. And let's build these because they do actually have a... Oh, that's concrete. Concrete is a problem. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. How big of a problem is it actually? It's a really big problem. Someone should do something about the concrete. See, here's a trick. Don't click that button. If you do that, the recipe will change and you can't continue to produce it. Then it suddenly needs hydrogen or gas and you can't use the recipe. So don't click that button. That kind of sucks. But this one you are allowed to click. That's an expensive button to click. There. And I will then unity this, and there. That should double our production here. Maybe there's something that's not going to keep up, but let's see. All right, so what happened with this one? Well, we built the settlement. Let's have a look at our Unity. Now we have settlement quality 0.73. So we got 0.73 Unity from this part. That is absolutely amazing. Love it. And we're going to do that. Look at that. We have one worker available. That is not super great. So what we need to do is we need to unleash the breeding. Okay. We'll do that. And we will also be unloading the crew because I don't think I need you to do any more. So we have that crew available. All right, so let me get this one set up, get the water dragged over here, and then we are ready to go with that. And so we're getting very close to completion of the greenhouses here for our start of the wheat production. That's beautiful with some rain. We can see that these are slowly getting in here. It's, of course, the acute lack of wood. We had tons and tons of wood stored up, but it was not enough. So I have this massive location, and I think this is going to be supporting us with all it needs. So basically I have these three. They are still churning because they're still filling up here. But as we start drawing resources, water in here, this is what we now draw back into the city. What is that? That's a bit of legacy stuff. Yeah. That goes into the city, very important, goes in here, supplements this part, which can probably be replaced, but this should never be working because it's prioritized. And what about you? Can you also go in? No, why not, actually? Why not? Oh, the 220 construction parts? Is that it? No, actually we've in concrete, it's maybe just it's the normal construction parts. Yes, because we don't have wood, so normal construction parts are in short supply. We're only down to 999, right? And that's not quite enough. But, you know, once this one is built, then we should be good to go. And also what is important, you can see once this little forest here is gone, I actually need to send them up to another plateau. That's why this is actually important to do, the ramp up here, so we can actually continue to do it. Let's see. We're getting a bit of fertilizer in. So why did I not bring the fertilizer in by a pipe? Well, because I actually want the primary fertilizer to go over to my big farm, and then only the secondary parts, any excess here will be brought over by truck to here. Also, it was kind of annoying to drag it, but I actually like it. If this one slows down because, or if something has to slow down because of lack of fertilizer, I actually prefer it to be this part, because I have an expectation that with all of this coming, it's going to take a while to get there, and we are bumping it up. 8.3 plus 8.3, that's 16 point something, and it goes in here 16, and that is 16 in, 16 out, 16 in, plus a dash of water. We'll dash of water in here, otherwise it's not going to work. Let's get that. There. And that gets the water in. I do not want this to be, I don't want any of these to be like that. Okay, so you have water. Yes, you don't have any flour. Of course not. I need to make the priority. Priority has to be focused. No, I don't actually want the priority here, do I? No, I just want it to split up, because this will fill up with flour pretty quickly. This will fill up with animal feed, and then I need to mark it like that. And I need to mark if it ever runs full, then it's a problem. If this runs out, then it's just running out. Good, that is ready. We'll check back when this is ready to go. In the meantime, we have done all of that, and that means we can hopefully get some more wood into this production. You can see that's the first little bit of wood. It comes in batches of 60, because of course it does. And we have all of this here. Did I prepare potato? Nothing. Corn, vegetable. All right, well, this will be bread and bread and bread and bread. And then we need to make 2 more. They are so not necessary. So absolutely not necessary. These will be for the eggs, because that's going to be the next big thing we want to do. And there's no way that I'm going to be filling this up with eggs. So we'll leave that out in the wild. 200, can we do it? Yes, we can. Let's see if we get additional unity from this. It is at 72%. Oh, at 0.72. Once this one is done, let's see if we get additional. I think it might be like how many of those are having something adjacent or something like that. If they have it adjacent, they get a bonus. I haven't seen it go above 1. Oh no, couldn't install the potato harvest. That's not good. That's not good. That is kind of our call to action for what we need to do. Why not though? Why not? Yeah, this is yeah, the animal feed. Okay, so I deleted the long line that goes over here and feed into here. So I'm gonna reestablish it as a loose storage because I must be able to get rid of all of our animal feed. Animal feed must never be something that blocks us. So that is exactly what it does right now, and I don't want it. So I'll do this here, and this will be, and this is important. Do not set this one up, because if you set it up here, then it will be force pulling it out. But this should just be passively standing here. If it's standing there and it's passive, then anything like this, then it will take all of the stuff that's forced outbound will be going out. But I don't want to force all of it outbound. I just want to make sure that it doesn't get stuck, so it prevents it from actually moving. Right. Let's have a look. Funny how that is misplaced. Okay, I will be making a new ramp here. And if you're wondering about lack of science, well, we have done all the science. That's why we are not doing any more science. That one, and I'll be bringing it up here as well. Oh, that's glorious. There. And here. This is looking fine. This is looking fine. You are, that's a really good ramp. Love that. Love the ramp. Here. So that goes in, and that will just mean that any animal feed we make will have somewhere to go. So for example, like this as well. If it goes up, then do something about it. Oh, something has been crafted. Oh, we got our first bread. Amazing. And a bit of flour. Perfect. And this just keeps going. 66 over that. Perfect. So we actually have the first thing. Our bread is done. Let's see if we get that in here yet. Did we get? No, we haven't gotten the bread in here, but it will get into these locations. Good. All right, over to our next and second design project of the day, of the episode. I will be taking here, and that's a too slow belt. We need to make sure that this is a fast belt. And there'll be a lot of design on this. That goes over. And I will now be doing a design here. Obviously I will. I'll be making, this is our road. So out along the road, that's where we need to make some stuff. I am going to bring boxes out towards the road so it's easy to pick things up. For example, rotate a million times. That is a good place, and that's a good place. So this will be future chickens. No. I don't want the chickens. I want the eggs. No chicken yet, but eggs out here. Then the other thing we want to do is we want to have, I guess that's potatoes. And over here we'll have, okay, let's mark them. That is potatoes, and this is corn. Yes. And then the next thing we want to make is a big storage of animal feed, because animal feed is going to be super important. So let's bring animal feed into this location, and then I'll bring the animal feed back again here. All right, so how does this work? Well, I'm going to take, first I'm going to branch out potatoes. So potatoes go out in here and in here. Now let's have a look at potatoes here. They can be used for a number of things: animal feed, fuel gas, and food processing, and snacks. Snacks are super amazing, but plastic, cooking oil, salt, not really something we want to just dive into yet. That's going to be a separate design later on. But what I want to do is I actually want to skip this fuel gas, and I just want to say you're making animal feed, and that's it. So that means primarily it goes into here, this box, and secondarily it goes into a processing for animal feed. So let's make a processing for animal feed so we get a sense of the spacing. You will be taking potatoes into animal feed. Good. And I will then be making, we'll do that here, and we'll do that here. And that means I can and should be taking a branch off the main line. That'll be a potato branch. And I need to make sure that this belt is quick as well. And quick. And then I don't need the fast belts anymore. in, in. I will prioritize potatoes filtered off the main line in here, go into storage for food, and secondarily go in here being processed into animal feed and directly in here. Good. Next we have the corn. Corn needs a bit of space as well, but not actually very much. And I can actually just do it like this. That seems weird, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't think I like that. Okay, there is a chance that I'm going to bring it further here for other purposes, such as for the snacks later on. So I'm going to be putting it here. And that is 1, 2, 3. And we can drag it over. This will now be corn. And is this fast enough built? Yes, it is. I'll take this out. That's funny. That's weird. How did you do that? Why did you do that, actually? Please don't tell me. No? Oh. That's weird. Okay, it sort of had some residual idea about that. Let's see, you are going to go here, and then the other one will be into that location. Low fluid support for water, that's not good. And here. Someone really should be dealing with that. And obviously, I'm not going to have anything further down the line. But I'm still going to be filtering this. Because, you know, maybe I will add some soy to this product as well. So this is good. This will be what we have right now. And I can actually hook this up and get it going. And then when we can then get the next part on as well. You will be turning the other way. Toggle direction. You will be going out here. You might want to go faster because we are going to scale things up. Really? Don't have that. Really? What are we missing? Oh, the storage on water thing was let go. So that's fine. I'll take this out because I don't want to build any of that. I also need to take this part out. Yep. All of this is no longer relevant. This is going to be inputs and outputs off because they're going to be inaccessible. What? That's crazy. Come on. Oh, right. It's probably still that wood issue that's been sort of lagging things behind. Yeah, we're kind of low on this. And kind of low because we are building so much. That is kind of what we should expect. I will be getting some stuff back again here. Yeah, if you do this, we can convert the old build. And I can actually take you out because you will be brought into the big storage unit now. I so desperately need you. There you go. And you will also be potatoes and you will be corn. Yep. And this is pretty important. Otherwise, this whole damn thing is not working. Please be correct. Please be remembering it. If you don't do it, then it's going to be a pain to filter it out. Okay. It's looking like it's working. Oh, this should be filter or priority. Desperately trying to stay ahead of the curve with the construction here. Because now it will be sent onwards, which it shouldn't be. So I'd rather have it stuck. And what do we need? We need 30 more and we need this as well. And I will, yeah, you are going to get out. You can also be deleted, I guess. I also want to make another one for our vegetables. Obviously I do, but I also don't think I can do it right now. That is going to be it, right? For the vegetables. No, it's actually here. Oh, yes. Except I made it too slow, didn't I? Maybe I did. I'll make it this kind of belt. And we need to go for the belts. That is the belt Mark II. In. This one we can make. I don't want to make this just now. It's not important. What is important is getting that one done. Perfect. So now they can fill up here in a second. That gets built. Yeah, should be good. And I will just unload that as well. Right, so now we have a much more stable production. I am going to take these two out as well. And I will even... That was too early. Too early. And flip direction. Yeah. Let's get this one built as well. This will be for vegetables, making sure that works. And I need 90 of those. That's going to take a while. So what we see here is now we have a new build. This is a much cleaner way of storing this. So we primarily store it as the raw materials that we need for our what's it called? Yeah, our city. Yes. But also a bit later on for other things. Where is that fluid storage? It's this one. Yeah, I know that. I'm going to be blatantly ignoring it and setting it up on the next one instead. I don't think you should be consuming that much anymore because now I've turned this down and we reached that stockpile as well. Truck cannot reach destination. Let me guess, it's going to... You cannot reach that destination. That makes no sense. Well, just recover then. They'll need to go. This is... Okay, let's get this one done and then we can start working on the chicken farm. All right, here's an interesting panic solution situation that came up. I don't have any more trees to harvest. So this is stuck, no trees to harvest. I can't get access to the next trees just yet because I need to get up here. And, you know, wood is kind of important. So we had to buy something. And this is the remaining wood we have because some idiot just spent all of it here. And I just thought, you know what, wood is something we always have enough of. So I actually need to make a little, out here. We'll get a little ship ongoing, and that will be just a... It doesn't actually need to do much here. Modules, unit module, S, unit module. Yeah, but I can't use the big ones because they're too expensive. I'll make a small ship, all right? A small ship. Here comes a small ship. There. And this small ship will just need to be built. Then I will make a loose module. I'm going to have to make the bad loose module here, like that. And then I'm going to have to build a little box of goodies. I'd like to build the big box of goodies, but let's make a small box of goodies here instead. We'll do this. You go in and... Let's be honest, this is not my finest moment. Oh crap. That's because this is not a... That is... Unit storage. There we go. Unit storage is. Because it's wood. So we'll get here. Select wood. And copy that to the other one. It's a small ship. And you're going to get some oil inbound. Thank you very much. And we'll get some storage. That will be in box here. Let's make it 3 apart. You go in. How was that not 3 apart? There. And I'll try to make this. Okay. I don't need that. There will be a bit storage here. So, ship is there. Yeah, and out here I have my setup. And this is level 2, so I'm getting 48 inbound. I don't think that's enough. But doing anything else is irrelevant because I don't have enough resources. So we're going to send the ship out, get some wood, and then we'll have the wood coming back here. It'll be transported to the other one. So we'll just wait for a little batch of more wood coming in while also waiting for this to come up here. In the meantime, we can look at, where is it? Out here. That is our storage. We are actually producing quite a lot. What I want to do is I want to make sure that it never goes full. So if it goes beyond something, then I'll take any excess and just burn it. Again, don't make this one a requester. Just make this one throw out excess. So that means you can set it up to here. Right. While we are waiting for that. Oh, this is being built. Yeah, I guess it is. Let's start working on the design for our chicken farm. Chicken farm is also going to be expensive, so that will need to be something else. Now let's have a look at the chicken farm here. So I'm going to get the chicken farm. They will need a lot of water. I'm going to let it go here and get a bit of breathing room. Like maybe that one, then go 1, 2, 3. And then I don't need to, but I want to. And this will be a good pipe or good belt here. In. And in. And how much water does it need? It needs some water, so I could leach it over here. If I do, then I need to make sure that I have it. Yeah, I'll try leaching it from here and hope for the best. Oh, right, it's actually... Okay, that can be done better. Get that out. Oh, no, when I don't have these things, then it gets a bit more risky. Here, and then all the way up. Make sure that gets built, and you're gonna go across. Not across. Just across. That is not underneath. There. Going in water for that. And going into water for the other one. Great. So then we have the water coming in. Except that I'm not getting the right one. It was supposed to be hooked up here. That's better. Right, so that is inbound. What is going to happen outbound wise? We are going to get here. And no, that can be done better. It does not need to be a fast belt, unfortunately. This is anything but fast. The chicken production. Well, technically we're not making chicken here. We only want to do the eggs because the slaughtering is not something we can deal with right now. So we are getting, hey, look at that. This should be going, this is going, this is going. Hey, we can take these 3 out. All of this we can take out. And that gives us some production back in our setup. Look at that. That will be taking a while to feed, to build up. And in the meantime, this is just flowing and we're getting a lot more animal feed. So it is time for us to get started on this. Let's have a look if our... Yeah, it's working. It's not working great, but it's working. And if we can sort of upgrade this at some point, then I will, but not right now. This can also be upgraded. So the whole thing can be upgraded, but at this point it was just mainly about getting something flowing back here. So we have at least some production of construction parts. And yeah, that I don't know how, well, we'll get these upgraded as well. And let's have a look. This is, oh, like, okay, it's producing. And this is full. There's something here, good. And there's a tiny bit here. Great. What I could do as well, I can also just take some of these out because there's 120 in each. I will be taking this one as the next part. But these are unfortunately really slow. The reason why they are, yep, cannot reach that. That's understandable. The reason why they're so slow is because they're actually... let's get a few trucks additional. They're driving all the way. Every time they pick up a full load, they have to drive all the way down here. I know that's super inefficient, but we'll do it that way. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait a bit until we have the materials. And then once we have the materials, I am going to produce or get started on this build so we can see the chicken going in, so we have all the different new types of food and in a much more structured way. What we could also do is actually upgrade all of these. Well, we can't because we have steel, we have glass, but we don't have the construction parts. So that's gonna have to be one of those. Eventually we'd want to do that as well. And by a combination of various things, we have now recovered pretty well, and we are ready to build the 2 chicken farms, and they are good to go. Look at that. We are having so much here. So what do we need to do now? Well, nothing happens with the chicken without us actually doing something. So what we need to do is actually go out on the map, take this one that we've upgraded to level 2, and then we can now trade. Need to build a trading dock first. Yeah, I kind of had to kill the trading dock yet again. It's just unbelievable with that trading dock. That trading dock just cannot stay put. I don't know. Someone else commented like that's apparently not just a me thing. It's apparently an everyone thing. That man, I need a trading dock. Where can we build a trading dock? That's too high. No, I don't even need it for anything useful. I just need it. There. That's not blocking anything. All right, build it. Build the damn trading dock. All right, we'll build a trading dock, and then with that should work. What about now on the upgrade part? Yeah, we still only have 18 because we just spent it here as well. Our vegetables is somehow not really keeping up. I thought we had like 1 million vegetables, but then again, I did take them out here. Let's have a look at the food consumption here. Okay, we do have a lot of vegetables in here, so that's good. And a lot of carbs here. Bread is not really keeping up, and that's a bit weird, isn't it? Why are you not keeping up? You should be good. You should be good. I guess only now it will actually work better. Okay, 0.9 months, 0.9 months. Everything looks absolutely fantastic here. So let's make sure that it actually works and we are not missing out on something. This part should probably definitely be faster. Because I must be able to, anything that goes in here must be able to go on this belt. Otherwise, it'll just be 2 belts in and 2 belts out, and then I'll junk a lot. And I think that's actually what happens. I think I've junked a lot of the wheat, and that's why it's not keeping up. It must go this way. Yeah. Okay, now much better. Much better. And then it goes in here, and it starts working. All right, so that was like a little minor thing. You must make sure that all the output can come out. Stable, of course, it's stable. And over here, the chicken farms are good. And what about our trading dock is here? Good. Let's go out and trade chicken. That's a lot of chicken. How much we got? We got 330. Oh, okay. Let's get some more over here. 150 and 184. Yep. Look at that. Our first eggs are coming out. How close can we get? Oh, look at that. A box of eggs. It's good. It's good. It's probably not going to start kind of feed all of our 1,500 people, speaking of. And I think it's time for us to just shut. No, it's not. We only have 16 available workers. So we're going to need it to go a bit higher, even though that's despite the fact that I've taken this out. And well, I can unload the crew since I'm not using it, but I do need to have a crew around here. Let's get a bit more space for them. 1560 is the maximum, so let's get that up as well. This is now just at the limit. What is going to happen here with how this works is you feed it in here. This consumes 6. The more you have, the more you need feed, the more water you need, the higher the production will be. Basically, it looks like it's basically 2 animal feed gives 1 egg. And then you will also have a growth of chicken over time, which is also nice. And it will then be using a lot of this. So 8, how much is 6.1? And it can be basically 3 times as high as this. So it can be consuming 15 plus 15. So that's consuming 30 of the animal feed per minute. And that's definitely more than, well, it might be more than we can handle. I don't think I want to build a 3rd one yet. I want to. But let's get the 2 of them up and running first at maximum rate, all the way up to 500. And then see, you can see here, the more I have, the more breeding there is. If you enable slaughtering, then you get a slider here that you can sort of say at anything above that, any growth above that gets converted into chicken carcass, which goes into a food processor and makes meat, with together with some salt and stuff like that. It's a pretty good process, but it's not something we want right now. We want the eggs going because as soon as we get the eggs delivery, we also get a bonus because eggs will count as a third category, the protein category. And what do we have here? Ah, look at that. We have 15 months for that part. We have way too much, but we haven't gotten the first shipment of eggs coming in because we need to have 60. So let's wait for the first shipment of eggs and then just enjoy the fact that that's working then. Our first delivery of eggs is right here. Let's follow that all the way back. Yay, an egg truck. We have our bread, eggs and bread. We just need some bacon and we got a good breakfast going here. It's better than just eating potatoes and lettuce. So that is definitely something. And we got it. And let's have a look. Are they happy now? Yes, plus 12. We get extra health because there's an extra category. Our health is pretty healthy. Our health is healthy. This is obviously only 2 months because they will want to eat 20 of those per month. That's when you only have one in a category, then it eats so much. While over here, since we have 3 different ones, then they're not really using much. There's one thing I was kind of considering, and I'm going to do that. It's actually, I don't think there's any point in not doing this. So if I actually do this and here, so I can get all the output and then I can enable slaughtering, but only when it reaches full. Right? Enable slaughtering when full, enable slaughtering when full. So that means just when it reaches the full thing, then anything excess gets harvested. If you do it like this, then you can also just cut it all down and then you kill everyone. That's not a great idea, but let's do this one just so that we have it ready for whenever we feel like we make it. Then we at least have some storage of a nice big warehouse full of chicken carcasses that not at all gonna get gross after a while. No, not a problem. The interesting thing is that we're actually sort of hovering on this limit of where we can actually consume all of it. So we need more chickens to get more here. Maybe we can actually buy some more chicken. They're pretty expensive, but yeah, whatever. They got in here. We'll get a few more. That's 325, and then yeah, so good. That is perfect. And I don't think there's much more. What I also want to do is I want to keep an eye on this and gradually upgrade all of these to. Yeah, so let's have a look at how the difference between them. So this is 4.8, 4.9, 5.4. 4.8, 4.9, 5.4. Yeah, so pretty significant 25% increase. That's very nice. It does take a bit more water, but yeah, 9.4, and it will take a bit more fertilizer as well, apparently. So a bit more fertilizer will be used, a bit more everything will be used, but I'll also get more. And I think that's really important to get more of that in order for us to keep our feed stock supplied. You can see now it's starting to go down. It's starting to go down. That's good. We definitely should not be stockpiling this. And how much do we have? 13. That's 14 and 16 chicken. Oh, that's great. We're almost here. Perfect. I think this is a pretty good place to wrap up this episode. If we just take stock of our situation, build some water, expanded our city, it's much nicer now. And we also got a bit more space here for various construction we might need. We built a new wheat farm, and that makes a bread bakery. And over on the other side, we built a chicken farm, as well as just a better sorting mechanism for our sorting and storing mechanism for our products, as well as upgrading the farms. So what we've done here is we've been taking care of our people, expanding our city, making it better, all that good stuff. Also made a sawmill connection here. What we'll be doing in the next episode is probably looking a bit more on the wastewater, so we can get that sorted as well. And then we'll see what next comes up. There's also plastic coming up as one of the next things that we need to deal with. So I hope that you are enjoying this Let's Play as we are continuing, or this tutorial series. Every time there's a new focus here, there's going to be a new design, and I hope that is interesting for you. If you do find it interesting, be sure to hit the like button. Consider subscribing, of course, so you keep up with the next episode. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.